What is going on, fellow outlaws? Outlaw Gary here, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button because we have a super interesting video for you dudes, and I'm super excited to get into it because it's one of the most highly requested videos here on the channel, and that's to solve the princess mystery in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I don't know if you guys have this glitch, but it's a big problem I have. I can no longer use stagecoaches at all. Like, nothing I do allows me to use stagecoaches because it says I'm wanted. Now, before you're like, Garrett, you're obviously wanted. You have to lose your wanted level. I'm not actually wanted. And I know at the top it says wanted dead or alive, but no matter where I go, I cannot use a stagecoach. They're all locked for me. And I'm just wanted on this area because it's just a part of chapter 6. That's just what happens. But you're supposed to be able to use stagecoaches still, but I can no longer do it. No matter where I am, I can't use trains. I can't use stagecoaches. I can't do none of that. But what I can show you is a secret in Red Dead Redemption 2 that I want to...
Oh, you got some nerve! Murdering all those fellas over a wagon of dynamite? Who the hell you think had to deal with them corpses, huh?
What?
Listen, lady, I didn't mean to cast any aspersions on your fine town.
Don't try and make no excuses. It's cold-blooded murder, and you know it.
Why are you defending those thugs anyway? You knew one of them? That it? I kill your honey?
You're a sick man. An evil, sick man. Stay away from me.
Holy, that lady just approached me because I did a mission earlier that involved dynamite. But in today's video, what are these guys doing here? In today's video, we're checking out this wanted poster right here.
Get out of my way.
I'm gonna ask this guy to move.
Look at you, you son of a bitch.
Who do you think you're talking to?
There's a reward.
Real problem, don't you?
Oh god.
Take that from me.
Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna go over here before we get into a massive fight. Is he gonna repost back up? He is. Of course he is. Anyways, there is a wanted poster right here, as you can see. It says reward on the 15th anniversary of the disappearance of Princess ISSEABU Katharina Zeinmeister, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg is offering a reward of $100 for her safe return to the authorities. Now, this is a 15th anniversary of the disappearance. So this happened 15 years ago. So that little girl is now over the age of 15, and there's a reward for this individual. Now, of course, in Red Dead Redemption 2, this is a huge mystery. People want this solved. And of course, here as a community, we will be looking into this mystery and trying to solve it here on the channel. So let's grab this poster.
Give me all you
Oh,
got.
shoot.
Okay, this is all I got.
I did not mean...
Wanted to die over this? Get out of here.
You're done for.
Oh god, are you kidding me? Come on, Grandpa. Seriously? Seriously, Grandpa? Knocking over my hat. God dang it. Now, in Van Horn is where we're currently at. You can actually grab this off the wall. You can inspect the poster and hold it in your hand. Now, she disappeared at the age of 5 during a royal visit to the United States in June of 1884. She has blonde hair and birthmarks on her right hand and left cheek. Now, if found, return her to the nearest sheriff's office immediately. Now, here's what's crazy. First things first. Apparently, there's no sheriff's office in Van Horn. I don't know why this is even here. Number 2, I think it's really, really weird that this is the 15th anniversary. So that means she is currently 20 years old. She's 20 years old. And is there anything on the back? Nothing on the back. We can put this away. What's crazy is people are slowly trying to figure this out. There's lots of theories circulating the internet on what this is. There's a lot of people thinking that this was I guess, cut mission from Red Dead Redemption 2. That it was just a mission that they just didn't finish, and they just didn't want to finish the mission, which didn't really make sense to me. But let's go over some of the theories that we currently have. Now, what's crazy that in Van Horn, if you go to the fence and the Van Horn trading post, you'll notice some very unusual things. Now, many other people have found this. In no way, shape, or form do I take credit for this, but it seems as if the disappearance of this princess has led back to this, I guess, chest right here that belongs to the people of Luxembourg. As you can see, it says the initials IKZ. Isabella Katharina Zeinmeister. Now, this is her, like, luggage.
I don't care where it came from, as long as I can sell it.
Now, as you can tell, this guy does not care where things have come from as long as he can sell it. So someone sold this to him and he bought this luggage, a 5-year-old girl's luggage. There's a lot of theories circulating on the internet that she is like captive upstairs above the Van Horn trading post. But those theories just don't make sense. What also doesn't make sense, why this dude is hanging chairs from his roof. But regardless, as you can see, it's a little weird that this guy would buy a 5-year-old's luggage. Maybe he doesn't know where they're from, or maybe he had some part in getting rid of this said luggage. Now, if you hang out in this shop long enough, he will start to say really weird things. He makes remarks in regards to him in the past throwing bodies off the pier, and honestly, it's a little weird. It's a little weird that he admits to throwing bodies off the pier, but is that limited to little girls? We don't know. Now, at the current rate, this girl would be 20 years old, and her being blonde with the birthmark she has.
Something in here, guarantee there's a story behind it.
You see? Everything in here has a story behind it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna investigate further into this princess theory. Now, there is a gentleman that we're gonna go visit and go check out the saloon of Van Horn, because apparently there's a lot of people that start talking about this princess the longer you hang around in the area. So let's hear what else this guy has to say real quick. One huge theory is that dogs actually lead you to this Van Horn trading post, and you have reference to there might be someone here. I don't think there's anyone actually upstairs like I mentioned earlier, but apparently when the dog goes on his hind legs like this and starts begging, he'll get on his 2 legs and point up. It looks like he's begging, but right above him there seems to be a hole in the roof that people say that there's someone up there. Now, I don't think this dog is directly looking at this hole, but you never know. There really could be something up there. You just don't know. If somebody was upstairs and they're 20 years old, trust me, we would be able to hear them. They'd be screaming. But as you can see, the dog actually looks up and then comes over here to this area where the chest is, and then looks at the chest and proceeds to walk away. One thing I don't understand is what direct correlation these dogs have to the princess. And as you can see, I can't get back there. There's just no way for me to actually get to this 2nd floor area. And this guy just non-stop talks about how he really wants me to sell some goods. What we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna head to the saloon of Van Horn. Now, I think the biggest problem I have is I have a really weird hat on. It doesn't really help my my relationship with the locals here. Everyone's getting really upset with me that I'm in here. I don't think my hat really helps my situation. One thing people are also speculating is that this lady right here that has like these things on her face may also be one of the clues to the Van Horn princess, but I don't think it's any of these ladies, dudes. First of all, none of these girls have blonde hair, and they all look like they have things on their face. No, I don't want to have fun with you. What? You're so ugly. See, anytime I come in the room, people look at me like I'm crazy. I think it's just my hat. Moving on to the next location. If you guys want to take a visit to the Elysian Pools, I believe it's called, along the way, there is a location that a guy hangs out at. He has a little camp over here, and I don't believe he'll be here for me, because I think I've already spoken to him in the past. Also, those NPCs I just ran into probably ruined the spawn chance of this guy coming out. So normally you'll find a guy in this area that is a huge fan of the mystery of the Princess Isabella. Now we're gonna try to sleep real quick to get him to spawn, but because we just had that interaction, we might not be able to. Let me see if I can cross the river real quick, maybe. While I'm in the area looking for this dude, I ran across this tree that's the shape of a number 4, and I don't even know why, but you can inspect the tree. That is so weird. So weird, but so cool. At the beginning of the video, I told you guys how my game's broken. I went to Valentine to show you guys I cannot travel via the coach lines anymore at all. Like, I can talk to this guy, take a ride, and then it just bugs out. It just like freaks out. It doesn't know what to do. It's so weird. And then if you can see, I'm not wanted at all. So my biggest recommendation, if this does happen to you, try not to save your game when it happens. If you can look here, my game's I'm not even wanted at all. I don't know, it's weird, super broken. But some other mysteries people have been saying about this girl is that she's grown up and has Stockholm syndrome, where she grew up as a 5-year-old after being kidnapped and then molded into someone's, either whether or not she was murdered or she was molded into someone's family and just completely forgot about her past as a princess, which is very possible. When you're so young, there's a good chance that that traumatic event will just not be in existence to you anymore. You may not know about about it and you can forget about it, and you'll just think you have a new family, and the new family that does adopt you can easily just say like, hey, yeah, you're a daughter, your other family abandoned you and they hate you. Other theories are that the girl is currently in the game, that you can find her throughout the story, maybe a convict or someone that may have been murdered that you may have ran across that you don't know. One thing I think is interesting is that people are also speculating that even though she is labeled as a blonde-haired girl at 5 years old, it's very possible as a blonde-haired girl growing up, she lost her blonde hair and eventually turned into a brunette-haired girl, which is also a huge theory because that's a really big stretch. That means any brown-haired girl in the game with a scar on their cheek can be the girl we're looking for. And then lastly, the fact that it's possible that Sadie is the girl, and that's a real big stretch. Also, one of the Braithwaites, it's just like a lot of really long thought out stretched ideas that don't really correlate to the princess theory. Lastly, we have the royal kidnapping newspaper clipping that says that there's a reward for Princess ISSEABU, the Luxembourg royal 15-year anniversary of the suspected kidnapping. Some believe she was murdered. Some say that she was abducted and kidnapped, although no ransom note was ever received. Others point that she was eaten by wild animals. Her disappearance has been a source of never-ending trauma and embarrassment. The royal family, and especially her brother, who frequently implored the American people to assist in finding information regarding her whereabouts, and himself denies any wrongdoing in the disappearance. While there have been many rewards offered in the past, the most recent offering is the highest ever considered. It follows recent rumors that she had been taken to a small town in the United States. Prince ISSEABU has a characteristic birthmark on her face and right hand. Anyone who suspects her whereabouts is encouraged to visit local law enforcement. Now, I think that newspaper clipping, $100 bounty is not, like, $100 reward is not a lot. For a princess, that's very valuable. Dudes, you could get like $50 to $100 rewards from the sheriff's office for finding like a bounty mission. So $100 from a royal family to find their daughter is not a lot of money. Now, $100 during that time though is a lot of money. So I'm a little confused on why the royal family did not offer more money than they're currently offering. If she was that important, dudes, like, they would be offering, I would think, multiple hundred, like $400, $500, $1,000, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So it's a little weird. I have a lot of questions, and hopefully with this video we can get more answers. Of course, let me know in the comment section what you think of this unsolved mystery, and of course, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, drop the video a like, and dudes, what a crazy week it's been.